records were It's Wednesday. That means we have our plant and garden expert, Craig Hignite, joining us in studio, taking your plant and garden questions through the WQAD Facebook Live that we have up right now. Welcome back. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
Let's start with Tracy saying, my succulents keep getting white sticky stuff on them. Is it bugs, and how do I get rid of them?
Yes, the white sticky stuff is mealybug, and what you want to use is, I do two things. One, clean the plant off, get rid of as much of the white as you can with a Q-tip, spray with all-season oil spray, and put systemic granules on the soil. That goes into the soil and up through the roots, kills the insect from the inside out.
Perfect. Well, Nicole, this is from Nicole. So I grow my strawberries in a pot and move them to my basement for winter. When can I put them back outside?
Okay, strawberries, like any plant, they can take a little bit cooler temperature than most. So I would say you could probably put them outside when we get to about 45, 50 at night regularly. But just remember, if Mother Nature throws us a dip, be prepared to grab them back in the house for a night.
So many of us are just itching to get those plants back outside and get outside.
Cabin fever has struck.
It's bad this year, too.
Yes.
I'm like, let me get that mulch. Anyway, we got Nicole. That's the question you just answered. Lisa, can I cut back wild roses now?
Yes, roses can, the wild roses can be cut back now. Yeah, I would hold off on our hybrid roses until about Mother's Day, but wild roses, go ahead and whack them now.
Perfect. Well, Karen is asking, when can I trim back a burning bush? Trimmed it partially last fall.
You can go ahead and start your pruning now during this decent weather. Remember, we never take more than 1/3 of the entire plant away at one pruning, so don't get too carried away.
All right. How do we get rid of creeping Charlie without killing lawn or flowers?
Oh, that's easy. That's weed-free zone. And what you want to look for, watch the creeping Charlie, and as soon as you see any new growth, that tells you that the roots have activated, and you can go ahead and start putting weed-free zone down. Of course, keep it off of desirable plants. It doesn't differentiate between weeds and regular garden plants, and make sure that you get it down when you're going to have 24 hours without rain after it goes down.
Perfect. Well, can I mulch peonies and iris?
I don't like mulch on either of those. Peonies, it's not so bad. Iris, I don't like mulch at all because of the iris borer situation. Though both of these are very happy with bare soil around their feet, so I don't think mulch is really a good idea.
All right. Joanne says, my cactus hasn't bloomed. What can I do to boost growth?
Okay. A little bit later, when we get out closer to Easter, you could go ahead and use some bloom booster very lightly on the cactus. Make sure that you keep it as cool as possible in the house. Quite often cactus respond to cool temperatures to help them bloom. And make sure we're into the danger zone right now. We're not running the furnace and we're not running air conditioning. The humidity is up in the house, so plants are just not drying out as fast. So don't overwater this time of the year. It can be dangerous.
Well, perfect. Well, this is from a viewer. Is it a good time to start using products for creeping Charlie? And what do I use? Should I hire a service for it?
No, weed-free zone, you can get it as a concentrate that you spray on through a handheld sprayer. There are hose ends that you can put on your hose. And like I said, as soon as the plant starts to show signs of growth, or the temperature is consistently staying above 40 degrees at night, spray away.
Perfect. Well, we got plenty more questions to get answered. Keep them coming in the Facebook Live on the WQAD Facebook page. We'll get more questions answered right after this break.
Welcome back. We have our plant and garden expert Craig Hignite in here with us, and we'll get us going again here with Tina asking, how do you get creeping myrtle out of creeping phlox?
Unfortunately, this is a hand weeding situation because anything that you spray to kill the myrtle is also going to kill the creeping phlox. So very gently dig through there and pull out all the creeping myrtle, and then go ahead and treat the bed with preen to go ahead and keep new seed from germinating.
Robert says, I've put some spinach and peas in a couple days ago. Am I early or can I put more in?
You know, you're early, yes, but both of these plants will survive until the ground gets warm enough for them to germinate. I don't think I'd put in, you know, you do succession planting. So if you planted, you're going to wait about 2 weeks before you do any more planting. You want to space the crops out a little bit.
Alrighty, perfect. Well, Sebastiana is asking, when can I clean up my yard, and should I leave certain areas alone?
Well, you can clean up the yard anytime now, but you know, a lot of thought is in that when you clean off the yard, you will get rid of pests, but you will also be damaging the good insects. So maybe you could wait a little longer, let it warm up so that you know, the good insects, and not necessarily put all that garbage in the garbage to be hauled away. Maybe do kind of a compost area so any insects that are in there can go ahead and, desirable insects, can go ahead and get out of it before you get rid of it.
Okay. Imhoff weeds are all over this person's lawn. How do they take care of them without hurting the grass?
What was the weed?
Is it Imhoff?
Imhoff?
Imhoff. Have to admit, I'm not actually.
Is this the first time in 40
stumped
years
him.
that you've been stumped?
You know, it's a common name, kids, and I always say, give me the scientific name, we got it. But like any plant, if it is a broadleaf, you would go ahead and again use the weed-free zone. Again, waiting until the nighttime temperature is above 40 degrees, and of course using it according to directions, and keep it off of desirable plant materials.
That's a good save, Craig. We'll move on to the next one here. So from Pat, when can I remove straw from my strawberry beds, and should I leave some straw on the beds?
I would remove the straw now, but you are going to go ahead and put it at the edge of the bed. You're not going to get rid of it because, you know, if we get anywhere down close to 20 degrees, you've got to toss that straw back over because 20 degrees is what starts killing the flower buds on your strawberries. So clear it off, but don't get rid of it.
All right. So many good questions this week, and thank you, Craig, for your expertise, of course. Be sure you join our Facebook Live each and every Wednesday where you can be a part of that conversation. Stick with us. Good Morning Quad Cities at 11 will return in just a moment.